Okay, I had a question about division using partitioning. And I know in both sessions we ended up going through this a little bit quickly, but it does tend to be something that a lot of students have had difficulty with in the past. So let's just do a quick example of what partitioning looks like with whole numbers first. Can I get back to my pencil? Alright. So let's say we have 6 divided by 3. How about we'll do this time? 6 divided by 3. So I'm going to draw the 6. 1. Because I could do it on the number line. 3. We'll do it on the number line also. 4, 5, 6. So 6 divided by 3 means I need to break this up evenly amongst 3 people. So let's see. For these, I'm thinking you can see that it would go like that. Now, if you're not sure, another way to do it would be to take your 3 people. Let's call them A, B, and C. A gets 1. B gets 1, and C gets 1. And then we start again. A gets 1, B gets 1, and C gets 1. So in partitioning, you are dividing it up into that many groups. The answer is how much one group or one person or one whatever gets. And here I can see that A got 2. So the answer to 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now again, the key with partitioning is you are giving that much. We are giving 6 to 3, sharing it amongst 3. The answer is what 1 gets. So there we go. So now, let's do this on the number line also. Let's see how that works. Let's see. It's going to be 0. And I've already made it, so I'm going to have to subdivide. That will be 3. 1, 2. Notice when you're dividing things, you can use the factors of the number you're dividing it into to help. Rather than trying to draw 6, rather than trying to draw 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for me it's easier if I subdivide it into, get the pencil back, if I subdivide it in half, and then divide each half into thirds. Just a note. While I'm doing this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that 3 is divided, you know what? I'm doing that backwards. We have 3 are getting it. Let's see. Tell you what. So we actually have only 3. 3 are getting 6. 3 is what we're dividing by. And those 3 get 6. I almost did it backwards. Those 3 are getting 6. So how much does each one get? Well, I can see that this one gets 2. Oh, we could do 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, another one for you, another one for you, and another one for you. And I can see that each one gets 6. I should have done that in another color. So these 2's represent the amount that each one gets. The answer to the division is what 1 gets, which is 2. Let me do another example like that because I kind of messed that one up to begin with. Alright, back to the pencil. Pencil. Oh, we can do a bigger thing too. Make it bigger. A little bigger. There we go. Alright, I'll do another color to distinguish it from the other one. Let's do green. Alright, so let's do 12 divided by 4. And so here we go. We are going to divide it amongst 4. So what number goes on the number line? I need 4. Because that's how many it's being divided by. Divide it in half, and then those in half, and that gives me my 4. Now I have 12 divided amongst these 4. We can label them, people, if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 divided by 4. So let me start. I'm going to put it in another color so we can distinguish it from the number line. So this one gets 1, 1 for number 2, 1 for number 3, and 1 for number 4. That's 4. I still got more to go. Another one for number 1, another one for number 2, another one for space 3, and another one for the 4th one. That's only 8. Let's see. 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. I've used it all up, and everybody got the same amount. Now my answer, though, my answer to the division is how much 1 got. 1 got 3. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. The answer is what 1 gets. Now, doing this with the fractions is a little bit confusing. And in general, you may not see this anywhere in your books or anything, but I like to share it with you and see if you have an understanding, because it requires an understanding of the partitioning method. So let's go back to this one here. 2 3/4 divided by 1/3. So now I could do a number line. Oops, I'm still in pan mode. I could do a number line with just 1/3 on it. The only thing is, our answer, again, is what 1 gets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the whole, because I need to know how much 1 gets. But that 2 3/4 is going to 1/3. 1/3 gets 2 3/4. But what I'm going to want to know is how much 1 whole gets. And you could think of this as a third of a recipe, or a third of something. A third of a recipe takes 2 3/4 cups of flour. How much would 1 whole recipe need? That might be one way to think of it. Let's do purple. So, but again, so 2 3/4 is being divided by or shared amongst 1/3. 1/3 of a recipe, maybe. 2 3/4 goes to 1 recipe. But the answer to a division when it's done through partitioning is how much 1 whole gets. So 2 3/4 goes to 1/3. Well, if 1/3 gets 2 3/4, how much will the others get? Well, I think, to be fair, they should get the same amount. To divide, just like before, everybody gets the same amount. So, the other third also needs 2 3/4. And the last third needs 2 3/4. So our answer to 2 3/4 divided by 1/3 is going to be 2 3/4 3 times. Let's go back to black, or maybe green. So the answer, do I have room up here? Equals, I'm going to write it down below. So 2 3/4 shared amongst just 1/3 is the same as 2 1/4 times 3. I'm going to distribute. I'm going to use the distributive property. I'm going to say that's 2 times 3, just because I'm doing it in my head. That's 2 times 3 plus 3/4 times 3. Now, you can figure this out however you want to. For the homework, the main thing I'm looking for is that picture up there, the number line, and then the final answer. It's going to be 6, and 3/4 3 times I know is 9/4. Oh, that's a mixed number, isn't it? Nine-fourths is 2 and 1/4. So my answer is 8 and 1/4. You could say, giving 2 and 3/4 to 1/3 is the same as giving 8 and 1/4 to the whole. Ta-da! So again, the main thing I'm looking for is this number line showing how 2, notice this is labeled 1/3, 2/3, 1. 1/3 got 2 and 3/4. The question is, how much does 1 whole get if 1/3 gets 2 and 3/4? And you can just write the answer then. I did more work here just to show you how the steps could be. And again, this, let me see, do I have a pointer on this thing? I don't know where the pointer is. Oh, that's a selector. Okay. I think you can see where my thing is. So, dividing by 1/3, this leads to the algorithm of multiplying by the reciprocal, which is the most common. Because 2 and 3/4 divided by 1/3 becomes 2 and 3/4 times 3, and we could put it over 1 if we want. So you can see the reciprocal there. Alright, I hope that helps. I will stop for now. Let me know if you have any questions or want more examples.